Hello, welcome to Hope Ready. I'm your host, Dr. Ellen. We've been doing this pandemic life and learning for about 11 months now, and I thought it was time to chat with Dr. Gerald Griffin, who's our interim provost, and both a neuroscientist and a virologist. Welcome, Dr. Griffin.
Welcome, Dr. Ellen. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Hey, first question. What about, we're hearing things nowadays from the CDC and other places about masking or double masking. What do you think is best in our current climate?
Right, that's a great question. And number one, highlights the fact that we do see in various reports that having a face cover, a mask, that it's at least two ply or 2 layers, and some would even say even 3 layers, definitely prevents how much kind of aerosol you're transmitting. So that decreases the chance of spreading any virus that would be emitted from your nose or from your mouth. And so you want to make sure that both nose and mouth are fully encapsulated or fully covered. And so that's, making sure they fit really tightly as well. In terms of the double masking, a lot of people are asking this question, particularly in the emergence of these new variants that we're seeing across the world in our communities. And I would say, one, always double check with your primary care physician, because some individuals have certain respiratory conditions that a double mask may make it harder to breathe.
Sure.
And so we want to first make that point clear. And then secondly, I would say that if you do have one mask that's fitted very well, that should be enough. There's still some ongoing investigations where if you put like a surgical mask underneath a cloth mask, some people saying that's, and the reports are early, that will reduce the emissions even more so. But you definitely kind of want to strike the right balance between being able to breathe as well as reducing those transmissions.
Yep, awesome. That's so helpful. Thank you. Okay, next question. Regardless of a person's relationship with COVID, like they've been positive, they've been vaccinated, why is it important for all of us to still continue practicing the safeguards?
Yes, and that's mainly because we are still learning as we are going on day by day. And this is a great kind of public education exercise of like how science works, that we are learning day to day of how this virus and variants of this virus is transmitted. And so I would say we definitely want to keep the face coverings, keep our distancing, make sure that we're using wise decisions, because we don't want to unknowingly expose others as well as expose ourselves. And so the masking is important because that's going to limit aerosol that are emitted into the air. We want to keep our distance just to reduce even further chances. So we do all these different things to safeguard ourselves, even if you've, let's say you have contracted the virus already. We know those antibodies, roughly would be protective, right, for about 3 months or so. And we're not, again, sure if those antibodies fully, particularly from the vaccine, will either prevent you from transmitting it. So you still could have an infection, but not be sick or have many symptoms. So we want to differentiate that as well. So you say, oh, I feel fine. You could feel fine and still be an infectious person that would make others sick.
That's awesome. So we should practice safeguards also, like just with a mindset for the greater good, like let's protect everyone and ourselves.
Yes, that's the mindset, is definitely protecting ourselves, but also protecting our community so that we can go back to being able to fully engage one another when we get the viral levels low enough.
Great. Okay, so we're hearing a lot about these new variants. What do the new strains of this virus really mean for us?
Yes, so far the reports that have come out, and again, still learning more about them, but these new strains or these new variants seem to allow the virus or the virus particles to enter the human cells more readily. So let's say you have like one concentration of before, so I'll use my hands to say, oh, like you needed this much virus to enter the cell to mount a full infection, where now it seems like you need an even less amount of viral load or viral titer to be able to enter, so it can enter more readily. And so if it enters the cells more readily, then it can cause an infection even faster, even easier. And so that means we have to really make sure we're doing those safeguards even more stringently.
Yeah, continue to be vigilant. Okay, is there anything essential that you think we should know about getting vaccinated or the vaccine in general?
Yes, I would, I know there's a number of students, particularly those that work in healthcare facilities, that are being vaccinated. And again, the main thing is that, yes, that will definitely be protecting your livelihood, reducing the chances of you getting severely ill or ill at all. But that we don't know for sure right now that those vaccines would prevent you from catching an infection that would be transmittable to others. So you could still be infectious. So I guess that's the main point, is that we should kind of go around life right now with the thinking that I could perhaps be infectious, whether I have symptoms or not. The virus reduces symptomology, but we're not sure if it actually reduces transmissibility.
Okay, so helpful. Thank you so much, Dr. Griffin, for reminding us that we all need to remain vigilant. We need to mask up. We need to maintain distance. We need to sanitize as we go so that we can all remain hope ready.
Definitely. And I think we do this in the spirit of, of love, of giving, preserving our lives and others' lives, and as well as our larger community.
For sure. Thank you so much for being here today.
Sure. Thank you.